Hey everyone, this is Arfat here. Welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I will explain how I get 100% covered data in the Metapixel and how I'll get the best practice of deduplications if I go to the event overview. Meta event cover is the best practice and the event mesh quality is 9.0 out of 10 and it will improve day by day. And the event deduplication is the best practice and data freshness is also real time. This is a Shopify store, so how I implement the full setup of conversion API as well as the Metapixel, and then I achieve this event coverage data is 100%. The event quality is now is 130%, and percentage is increasing. The 25 to right now, this is actually growing. This is the amazing result, as well as the users data is also collect 100% of total events, their email, phone number, and zip, country, hashed. Actually the ABC click ID also collect 80%. This is actually awesome data, and this my client is very happy with me. So how I will implement this full setup, I will just explain you. So I have just created the 10 parts in this video. So if I click the first one, so this is the meta conversion tracking, and how I implement the meta conversion tracking. If I click this here, so I have just skipped the Shopify partner integration, and the Google Tag Manager is implemented. You know that Shopify partner integration is automation process. So if you get any issues, any problems, you cannot fix there because this is the automation, the full control of the Shopify. But if you use the implement the Google Tag Manager, so all control on your hand. You can edit, modify, delete everything from your end. So all control is from you. So how I implement the Google Tag Manager in the website? So if I go to this, if I start the backend. So in the checkout event, we will get a customer event. So this is the custom pixel, and I have implemented theme independent data layer. So this is the actually data layer. This is the long code actually here, and I have implemented the data layer in this here. This is the, and I get the a few of schema like Geo4 schema, Facebook pixel, Pinterest, and Snapchat. The Facebook pixel, this schema is actually developed as per the Facebook requirements. So in which way Facebook need the data, and so I follow their guidelines and implement the full tracking in this Facebook pixel as well as the Pinterest and Snapchat. So if you implement this data layer, so you will get for the Geo4 and the Facebook, Pinterest, and Snapchat and TikTok 5 events from there as per their schema. And this is actually the theme independent data layer. So if you change the theme anytime, so no problem, your tracking will work in the permanent. So no way to any problem actually. So let's go to the again the mirror. So I have set up the Google Tag Manager, implement the Google Tag Manager, and the partner integration. Actually, I skip it. The second one is the meta conversion API. So I have the set up the meta conversion API with the first party tracking with the custom subdomain. So generally, most of freelancers implement the meta conversion tracking with the step as well as Google Cloud. So does not implement the custom subdomain. So if I implement the custom subdomain with the first party tracking, so our data will go to the meta pixel as per our own domain, so no the third party domain. So actually Google Tag Manager also is a third party domain. So if you send data with the help of Google Tag Manager, and Google Tag Manager send the data in the meta pixel, so actually the GTM is a third party actually. So but if you implement the first party tracking with the custom subdomain, so your whole data will go through your website. The number 3 is the cookie. So I have implemented the two cookie in there, the FBP cookie and the FBC cookie. The FBP cookie is the by default cookie, and the FBC cookie is the FBC click ID. So when any customer click your ads and go to your website, the FBC cookie is drop in your browser. The Metapixel is collect the data FBC cookie. Actually, the FBC cookie is attribute your user activity, whether from which campaign you will get the conversion. So this is the FBC cookie actually. The number 4 is the dynamic value. So I have sent the dynamic value because this is the e-commerce store, so a lot of product is there. So I have implement the dynamic value for the different products. So and the dynamic value is what is the type of the value? This will be the integer or float actually. And suppose this is the 120. This is the number actually. The number 5 is the content. So and content will be go from the browser side, and the int items will be go to the actually the server side. And what type of the contents? It will be array of string, array of object, and this is actually the structure of the array actually. So when we send the contents, actually the product details, so we have sent the data into the meta pixel as like that. Actually, this is the array and this is the another object. This is the ID. ID will be a string. The quantity will be a number. The item price will be the 12. So if you send in this way, so Facebook Pixel understand actually the contents and they capture the data properly. But if you implement in the wrong way, suppose you send the ID is not a string, you send actually the number. So Facebook cannot attribute, cannot detect the contents parameters, and sometimes it can get wrong actually. The number 6 is the product details actually. So when we will send the product details with the suppose we have to send to the data in the metapixel with the product details. So we have sent on both side, from the browser side as well as the server side. So if you click this browser side, so we have to send the parameters, the content type, content ID, content name, and content category. So content type will be as a products, the content ID will be the array of string, and this is actually the content ID. Actually, this is the array of string. The content name, it will be a string as well as, and this is actually the content name. In the content category, it will also a string, and this is actually the content name. And as well as we have to send the product details data from the server side. So this is the when we send the parameters in the server side. So we have sent the product details in this way. So this is for browser type, content type. But when we will send the data from the server side, we have sent the X, ABCD content types, content ID, content name, and the content category. So when we will send the data from the server side, then Metapixel understand actually this is the same thing actually, because we set up conversion API, we have to send the whole data from browser side as well as the server side. So this is the browser side format, and this is the server side format, and this is the same detail section of the products, and this is the product array of string. All variable will be the same actually. So then we will go the number 7. So this is actually a few common parameters we have to send for the all events. So like the event name, the ABC cookie. Actually, I have already explained what is the cookie. So this is actually cookie, and we will send the cookie from the server side. We have to send in this way: X ABCP cookie B cookie, and this is the for ABC cookie and the first party collection and the event time for server. So this is the actual event name. We have to send the data from the server side, and the AB cookie we have to send from the server side. This is server side. This is all event are from the server side. Then now number 8. So we have to send the currency. The currency, it will be as per the string format. Suppose this is the USD. The number 9, we have to send the user info. So we have to send the user info from the browser side as well as server side. If I go to the event manager, so I have sent the user info from both sides, and event cover, event quality. So this is the I've sent the user info from the browser side as well as server side. Then right now they are with the hash actually. We have to send it with a hash. IP is not hash. Actually, this is the integration actually. Hash is zipped. Also current is hash. First name, last name, all are hash. So we have to send the user data from both side, browser side as well as server side. So right now they are getting 100% actually data. And then we have to send, and the last one is stop deduplication. Sometimes when we send the data from the browser side and as well as server side, suppose a customer click any ad in the Facebook and go your website and successfully purchase a product from the website. So one data will go from the browser side, and the second as well as one data will go from the server side. So two data will go from the different side, but customer is one, but the two purchase is happening actually. So how can I deduplicate it? So we have to send the event ID as well as the event name. So when we send the event ID and event name, then from the both side, and this is from the server side. Then when we send the event ID and event name, then Metapixel actually then understand and the attribute this is the same customer. So event ID when is the match from the both side, browser side and the server side. Event name also the match from the both side and server side. Then Facebook Metapixel is a capture and collect as a single event. So this is the 10 things actually. So if you implement and follow these are 10 things in your conversion tracking as well as the Metapixel conversion API. So hopefully you will get the same result from your end actually. So actually this is the video actually. So if you need any help, any assistance regarding the Metapixel conversion API server side tracking for any platforms, So you can knock to me. All information details are included in the video. Hopefully you will benefit it. So till then, take care. If you don't subscribe to my channel, you can subscribe to my channel and you will get the latest video as per our conversion tracking as well as the Google Ads. So thank you so much for today. Have a nice day.